Hey, my name is Dan, and together with Emily, we are Ramblin' Ambition. If you're new to the channel, we are outfitting our 2019 Sprinter van that used to be an old Amazon delivery van to take adventures into. So if you checked out our last video, we installed our Espar S2 D2L heater, and we're fairly frustrated with the process because once we got it all done, it didn't work. And this is just an update that we have heat. So after about a week's worth of troubleshooting, we figured out that there was a pinhole in the line. And so kind of follow us through the process toward the end. But the good news is we got heat. So let's get to the video. All right, you can hear the fuel pump running. We ran new 1/8 inch fuel line for the entire way except for this one little piece, and we're running the fuel pump to make sure fuel comes out. You can hear the intake pull on for the motor, for the blower. So we're just priming the line right now. We had redone the line with 1H fuel line the whole way, and the fuel pump's working. The heater is turning on like it's supposed to, but we weren't getting fuel. So I did some consulting, and the tick, 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 tick you hear in the video clip, that is the fuel pump. It's an electromagnetic fuel pump, which means that if the fuel pump is pulsing, it should be producing fuel on the suction side to go out on the pressure side. So from there, what I did was I got a 3cc syringe from the drugstore and hooked up a pipe to see if I could pull fuel out of the tank, thinking that perhaps the fuel intake line is the problem, and sure enough, that's where the issue was. So you can, here's my little setup. There's a 3cc syringe attached to a piece of fuel line. And then I pulled the fuel line out of its keepers, and I was putting pressure into this with the syringe after I couldn't pull any fuel up, and I found, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a hole right there. So the reason why we can't get fuel into the fuel pump is because there's a hole in the fuel line. So we're going to repair that, and hopefully that should fix our issue. All right, there you can clearly see the nick. We just connected a piece of 1/4 inch fuel line, and then did a 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch adapter to the fuel pump, and we'll go grab a battery and see if this fixes the issue. We have heat. It works. So just like we had tried initially, we let it cycle 4 or 5 times, and we've got heat now. You can hear the blower and hear the exhaust, and we got warm air coming out of here. All right, so I don't know if you guys have never seen this. These are called sensor push, and what they are is they're basically they take relative humidity, temperature. They do rate of rise and stuff. There's an app for them. So what we're going to do is test the heater out now that it's functioning. It is 43 degrees in the van right now. I'm going to start up the heater and then come back in 10 minutes. All right, so it's 43 degrees in the van, and there's, as you can see, nothing in here. All the cabinets are out. Just some stuff sitting around, and so it's pretty wide open. The doors are all open, so it's 43 degrees in here. I'm going to start the heater and come back at 5 minutes, and come back at 10 minutes and 15 minutes and see what the temperature is, and kind of see how it will heat the van up when it's 43 degrees outside. And then we're going to have some really cold temperatures here in the next few days, where the lows are going to get down in the teens, and we may do a test then just to see how efficient it is at the same time marks. All right. All right, so it's on and we have it set to infinite, which means it'll just run until I turn it off, and we have it set at 72 degrees. So we'll see how fast it can get there. We're at 5 minutes and the sensor says that we're up to 47 degrees. We're at 10 minutes and we're up to 51 degrees. All right, we're at 15 minutes and 55 degrees. We're at 30 minutes now and it's 61 degrees inside. So I think that's a fairly decent test. I mean, these things are, again, the van is wide open and there's no insulation on the ceiling. And there's no furniture, if you will, on the inside. So I'm sure that once we get the van kind of tightened up and the space kind of closed in some, it's going to heat it up that much faster. So, but I'm pretty happy. 17 degrees. That's going to knock the chill off if we're just kind of sitting there. And so if you imagine you're inside with your better half or your friends, it's going to heat up that much faster. So satisfied with how it works, and like I said, I'm glad that we got it to work. Those dang pinholes will get you, so check that feed line. I'm so excited. When you pay that much money for something and then it doesn't work, even when you try and do all the things you're supposed to do, it's super nice to have it functioning the way it was supposed to. And just troubleshooting it was the issue. It was a pinhole in a fuel line on the pickup side. So check those connections, and hopefully you won't have the same issues that I did. But like I said, about 3, 4, 5 days of headaches and checking when I can, and we finally got it working. So super happy with that. So good news all around. We got heat now, so that once we get the cabinets in, I'll be able to turn the heater on and work inside, doing all the electrical work and not having to worry about it being 10 degrees outside, which is what's coming over the Christmas holiday. So anyway, just an update. We got the heater working. This is Dan from Ramblin' Ambition, and we have heat. We'll see you next time.